Should also be live on YouTube. What up, what up? I think the music is kicking as well. Let me just double check this here. Give me a second. Let's go take a lookie. Welcome, welcome. Huh, what is this? We got some new blood around here. All right, looks like it's working to me. Let me drop this to the Dandy crew, and then we'll be off. The race is good to go. Da, 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 da. Everybody. Okay, we're good there. Hello, equipped. Dusty, good to see you guys. Give me 1 second. I need to make a quick adjustment on something, and then we are rocking and rolling. Pop out chat. I'm also putting some music on for you guys. I figured if I'm going to be hanging out chilling, then why don't we just add to the vibe? Why not? Should be working anyways. Perfect. There you are. Red Solo Cup. What is good? Booperinos. Always coming in. I appreciate you so much, Boop. Though it always amazes me. You must have incredible late hours in which you go to bed, or early hours, however you want to look at it. Oh, it's Tito. What is up? Good to see you, man. Always appreciate you here, man. I really, really do. Hope you're doing amazing. Go. Thanks, man. Thanks. I need to check the music levels. Drew, you mentioned you have a drive and passion for being the best, and Catan resonates with your go-getter mentality for everything you set your mind to. Thank you so much. Yeah. 1:30 a.m. here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, man. I think I don't know. I don't necessarily think too much about the idea of I've got to be the absolute best. I think for me, I'm just on my own journey, and it's like I've tried to improve as much as I can every day. That's kind of my thing, and it's just kind of led me to where I'm at. So that will be for you guys to decide. But yeah, I enjoy it. What is good? What is good, Twitch world? King, good to see you. Modest pace content. Yo! Just watched Jack's video to #1 in the world. Yeah, man. Jack had a awesome season. I'm super happy and proud of him. And I think it goes to show you, like, you know, for Jack to do as well as he did. I mean, obviously he's a great player. Everybody knows that. But he's hungry, you know? And that's something I wish. Hold on. Hold on. We lost the signal. Camera's not cooperating. Give me a second. Hold up. What up? I'm still here. So weird. Hold on, guys. There it is. Okay. We're back. But yeah, it's super cool. I think the hunger and the drive to be successful is like, it's a big part of it, honestly. You know? And I still have that, but I think it's in different ways. Like my mentality of grinding ranked, like it's not the same as when I started the channel. Also, I have other things going on in my life, you know, which is we all grow in different ways. Do you see yourself elevating the game to the level that Hikaru Nakamura did for chess a few years ago? I see that you being that guy. I mean, look, that would be cool. I think that's awesome. I also think Gotham Chess has a huge role in the chess community. It's like really, it's Gotham and Hikaru. I think I can find probably a blend of both, right? Like Hikaru being a high level player, but then I would say Levy Gotham Chess being a high level educator. I feel like I'm just a good blend of both, you know, and as long as I don't lose that competitive spirit, like I still want to continue to compete. But I have so much more like lesson style content that I haven't shared with you guys. Like I need to do a better job at that. ASMR dandy. Bruh. You know, honestly, the sleep series, like the chill series is a ton of fun. I do enjoy it a lot. I mean, you have a 2K in you. 2K. I don't know what that means. But good to see you here. I see you guys over in Twitch World. I'm also hungry. When does that training camp start? So we're probably going to be doing another round of TSI beginning of next year. I thought about doing it essentially now, but the holidays are kind of a mess for me, honestly. So I figured it would be a lot easier. Get through the holidays, not put any added stress or obligation, and then come back strong for 2026 to give you guys another TSI. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll be announcing something soon. Let's put it that way. What rank are you? Well, this season, I did actually push a little bit this season. So I think I'm like in the top 15, I think. I'd have to double check on my main. I hit third last season, so I got to around 2,000 elo on a 48% win rate. So I have a ton of those games like in backlog, like they're ready. I don't know. I've just been enjoyed doing the lives and I haven't been posting them. So I promise you'll see a bunch of the games from last season. There's a bunch of actually just really interesting ones. So I'm excited to bring that to you. 2K elo in chess. I'm probably on a good day like 1800 elo, but 1800. I used to be better, but the problem is I play so much speed chess now that I picked up way too many bad habits. Just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Give me a second, guys. What's the deal in the music? Does it sound okay? Are the levels good? I meant to check it on my phone, but. So guys, tonight I might play some ranked. I thought I would just kind of hop on, say hi, answer any questions you might have. Let's take a listen. Play some ranked. I thought I would just kind of hop on, say hi, answer any questions you might have. Let's take a listen. Okay. It works. It works. Is that not updating? Let me check one thing really quick. A bunch of you guys came in here. What is up, Danny Drew? Flinders Thomas. Good to see you, man. You know what? I had to actually end up getting, I had to ban someone last night. I think you guys were in that game that I was playing. There was somebody being so obnoxious after I went back and watched it, which by the way, if you didn't see the stream last night, it was a pretty wild game. I had a ton of fun with it, so I definitely recommend to go back and check it out. But yeah, I mean, look, you can't be insulting the person in the stream. Yeah. You know the name. You've got it. So yeah, it is what it is. Happy National Sardines Day, everyone. Sammy saying, do you play poker much? I feel like Catan thinking kind of Venn diagram overlaps a little bit. Yes. I wouldn't say I play much. There was a phase where I did play quite a bit, and I still enjoy it. It's a fun game, and I think strategically there's a ton of overlap. I wish we had more money in Catan. Maybe not to the level of poker, because then you would bring all sorts of addictions and problems into it. But as a top player, I feel like I could make a good amount of money if there was a betting component to it. You know what I mean? He was a great guy, man. He was. Cosmic Cypher, good to see you, buddy. Welcome. But yeah, I do think, I was thinking about this, and like kudos again to Jack. He's running this big tournament that we started playing last night. Imagine if there was like 3 to 4 big tournaments happening every month. Like maybe 16 players here, another 16 here. Maybe there's some overlap. Top players are playing. I mean, I would pay $250 every tournament. If I think I could consistently place, become profitable, making money, I mean, okay, maybe I might not make hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you know, if you made an extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 from tournaments alone, I actually think it's quite possible. So, I mean, the biggest thing is the organizational side, handling money. That becomes its own thing as well. So we'll see. I feel, given the structure of Jack's tournament, I feel pretty confident I'm at least going to make my money back, if not make money. But it's all for fun, right? Like, we don't do this just because. What place would you say you should win your money back? No. So I think I got to double check. I think out of the 16 players, if you are 6th or 7th, you get your money back. And then top 5 are like plus. So as long as you're like in the top 50%, you're getting your money back. And if you're like a strong player, then you're profitable. So why not? And you know, you also have to understand from my perspective, guys, I do content, right? So every video I post, every stream I do, it's not like I'm making tons from it, but there is kind of like an ROI positive piece to this too, where just doing content, it's beneficial to me and like the growth of the channel. So it's a massive win in my book. And it's a win for Jack too, right? Because anyone that doesn't know who he is can also enjoy what he's doing. So that's why he does it. So, yep, the tournament structure is there's 16 players. Every player paid $250 to buy in. And then we play 5 games. And essentially, within those 5 games, you'll play everybody, all 16, right? So it's all based on kind of self-scheduling. There's no like, there's a game tomorrow or a game, the next day. It's all whenever like the people decide, hey, I'm available this day and time. Let's do it, as an example. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It should be fun. One second, guys. Let me check some really quick. My buddy, he's been tuning into the stream recently, and he sent me a text message telling me he lost like 18 ranked games in a row. He's like, what do I do? What am I doing wrong? A little good piece of advice for you guys. If you're losing a lot of games, first of all, step away. Like, if you're on like an 18 game losing streak, don't go for number 19. You know what I mean? Go outside, step away from Catan for the day. If it has to be the week, so be it, whatever the case is. Reset's important. But usually when it's like you're playing that bad, it's probably a case of fundamentals, right? Like your placement strategy is not locked in. Maybe you're not consistently trading. It's all about the fundamentals, guys. It really, really is. What the dog doing? Comment-vous? Comment-vous? I mean, that has to be some derivative of French or something. Bonjour, monsieur. Comment ça va? But anyways, yes. So five rounds. And yeah, I guess as long as I'm in like the top 50%, we're good. Zed, good to see you, man. Good catch. I know some French. I didn't know you played some great guitar. I do, man. In fact, I mean, I've got a few over here. I've got the painting. I've got probably another 5 or 6 guitars that aren't featured here. So it's been a long time passion for me. It really has, which I love it. Have you ever played? So I see you guys over here, by the way. Now we're talking. Seems worth it, especially for content creators and those trying to get serious with competition. Have you ever played Lords of Deep Water? Or Waterdeep, excuse me. G-Nuts, I have not. Be honest, and you guys know this too, I'm not a massive gamer, which is funny because here I am, doing content for a board game. I stumbled across playing a board game, and I stumbled across doing content. It's really just that simple. Elite, I appreciate it. What up, Twitch? That's cool. I wish I could just sync you guys, but it is what it is. But the way it's working, I've got you right now. I've got you both on different screens, so that's why I'm looking over here for YouTube and over here for Twitch. Willie, good to see you, man. Zed, Zachary. Yeah, so guys, do you have any strategy questions? When is the next Settlers Intensive? It's funny, this has already been brought up. So we're going to do one at the beginning of this year. I was honestly thinking about doing one over the holidays, but I'm just so busy. And I'm going to be traveling most of December, so it's just like, bruh. So it is what it is. But we'll see. We'll see. Lots of things going on this... like the next couple months for me are kind of a shit show. What other expansions have you tried for Catan? I'm actually a pretty big fan of Cities and Nights. To me, it's competitive, it's fun, but if you're a good base player, you can easily adapt and pick it up. Versus like some of the expansions like Rise of the Incas, that's almost like it's a different game. Versus like CK, I mean, it's funny because I've had success playing Cities and Nights, but I almost play the game in an unconventional way. I play it as a base player trying to play Cities and Nights, but it still works because it's fundamentally based on those strategies. Can you fire up a chess game? Probably not tonight, but I do play chess. I do enjoy it. In fact, we have had some chess streams. So here's the thing, guys. And maybe you've noticed this, maybe you haven't. When I'm playing, it's so difficult. I mean, Catan's one thing because I've played it so much that it's second nature to play it. But it's really hard for me to play a game, commentate, and then focus on chat. Like, I think I even do a horrible job as it is now, you know, if I fired up a ranked game on Colonist or whatever. So to put a game into me that, like, I'm good at it, but it still requires a lot of my thinking and processing power, you're not going to get me chatting to you. Let's just put it that way. Dandy, I'm after 20 failed cold calls in a row. Give me hope. So for those who don't know, my background is in sales and sales training, consulting. I've coached many agencies and salespeople in prospecting, cold calling, outreach. So if you need any tips in cold calling, man, I'm kind of your guy. But yes, obviously it's the best word in sales. This is like one of the best pieces of advice I heard was the word next. Right? Like if you can just kind of get, same thing in Catan too. Like if you stew on a bad game, you're going to bring that baggage as you move from game to game, versus like if you can learn to reset and say, you know what, that wasn't a good game, that wasn't a good call, then man, move on, reset, have fun. Do you know Kill Pete strategy? I do. Yes. I was very fortunate when I first started the channel. Pete, I mean, I still contact him. I don't speak to him often, but we've had a few conversations as I've hit like different milestones, and he's a good guy. He actually just moved to Florida, so we're hoping to connect in person, which actually could be like a fun stream night idea. But yeah, he's kind of been like a friend / mentor in this whole thing for me. And I hope maybe I've been that way for him as well. Do you have any tips for playing well at local qualifiers, since it's vastly different? Yeah, I've talked a lot about this with qualifiers, guys. In person, it's a social thing, right? Like going up to people, introducing yourself, being friendly. It really does make a difference. So that's the best thing I can tell you. You're going to have to experience it if you're new to playing over the board, but you will improve your game dramatically if you can figure out how to play over the board. Not to mention, I think it's more fun. So let me see here. Coming over to Twitch, 1 second. Are you doing Catan full time now? Luz, I am not. I've thought about it. In a way, like I absolutely could, by the way. If I went all in, I'm streaming 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 times a week. Go, really going crazy with it, doing nonstop coaching programs, put out an online course. I could do it. it's also going to be like up to the propensity of the audience to like how much they want to invest in their creators, because this scene has to continue to grow, right? Like there could be creators in the future that could absolutely go full time, make a crushing at it, but like the game's got to do bigger and better things, and it's like I think it's just a collaborative effort there. It's like maybe one creator could absolutely explode everything, but I don't know. Has that been done? Is there a game that's been put on the radar because of one person? I don't know. That being said, all the support I get, it does give me some luxuries. You know, like I do make something from this. Not in a lot, but I do make something, and I've talked about that. And I enjoy it. Like I just enjoy it for what it is. Played Over the Board for the first time in a while, a couple of nights ago, and it felt like a whole different game. It really is, man. It really is. And by the way, I'm kind of just chilling. I'm just answering questions, vibing with you guys for a little bit. I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming, but I don't know. Want to get on. I feel like after last night's stream, it was a little bit intense. Also, I think there's one of Jack's tournament games happening tonight. I might consider even streaming, commentating that. So I'll have to double check in a second to see if it's like in 2 hours, maybe not. But if it's soonish, then maybe we can hang out, watch it, keep vibing. What do you think of the Danger Bean Catan videos? Danger Bean? I don't know what that is. You're going to have to clarify there, Mr. Chuckle. What are your thoughts on taking less scary looking setups to avoid lower elo players focusing on you, since lots of times they don't adapt when the state of the board changes? Yeah, Jason, that's an interesting one. I generally don't care about that too much, right? Like if you see a 695 4-wheat sheep, you're probably taking 695 4-wheat sheep. It's more important, like, what do you do after placements, right? Like, are you making good fundamental decisions? Are you making deals? Are you trading? Are you being efficient with your hand? I rarely take a pacing setup. I almost never. So there you go. There you go. Danger Bean is a content creator. He made a few Catan videos that went pretty viral. Yeah. I know who you're talking about. No. I mean, he's not like he doesn't do gameplays, right? He does skits. So he did the one where I was like, I was like the 3 or 4 different versions of him around the table. It's cool. Yeah. I mean, look, anything that can promote this game, paint it in a fun, interesting, engaging light, I think is awesome. But, I don't know how far Catan can go by just meme content. I think it's cool. Like, we kind of need the whole pie, right? Like, you need gameplays and great players like Jack, Phantom, and Dylan and stuff. You need the meme content from people like Danger Bean. You need Catan doing really cool over-the-board gameplays and commentary. Like, I feel like there is a vision to this scene that can take it not just like to the next level, but 2, 3, 4, 10 levels more. Like, we could be the next chess. But a lot of things kind of have to drop into place. Hydrate. I've always appreciated those things out of Twitch. The little, I don't know what you would call them, actions. Jack's tournament game starts at 10:30 Eastern. Gah. That's like an hour and a half. Look, I can talk for like a day and a half straight, but I'm not sure if I'm going to talk an hour and a half. Maybe we can throw in a game or something in between. But I also don't know if I want to stay up that late. And for the record, I'm not drinking alcohol. It's LaCroix Raz Cranberry for your health. What do you guys, I'm curious, like from the scene in general, what would you want to see more of? Is there something you want from the creators? Is it something you want from Catan, the entity, the leagues? Like, I guess, what do you feel is like missing, or what would excite you? What is your favorite drink? I still enjoy coffee. I drink it regularly. Excuse me. But I've got really into Celsius over the last like year or 2 years. It's almost replaced my coffee addiction, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's probably just is what it is. Mountain Dew. You wanna know something funny about Mountain Dew? So when I was a kid, I had like a big sensitivity to caffeine, you know, like sodas and stuff. And my mom would like forbid Mountain Dew in the house because when I would have it as a child, like I was wired, crazy, off the wall energy, which, you know, having kids running around screaming like their heads are cut off is probably not ideal. So I'd only got Mountain Dew on like special occasions like birthdays or like hangout nights with friends just because I was too wired. Now I'm a little bit more chill, but haven't had Mountain Dew in a long time. All right. They'll never do it, but I think small cash prizes at tournaments would be great to attract new players. Yeah, Ryan, well, it's interesting about that. They've had a lot of discussions about bringing cash into the game, but I think it's more of like an integrity thing to the Toiber family, like what they want to see out of the game and how they want to grow it. This is speculation. This is not what they've told me, but I think like bringing too much money into the ecosystem would like almost pollute it. You know what I mean? Versus like they want to keep it somewhat of a wholesome family game that's built on collaboration and fun. And of course, you know, competitive people like myself, you know, we go to burn down all the fundamentals and just make it cutthroat. But that's what it is. I think games that feel more personal between the players would hit hard. I'm thinking like rivalries, betrayals that progress over multiple games. Yeah, Choco, I think Catan has done and I would even say the Discord scene has done a poor job at this. Like, we don't have a lot of storylines. You know, talking about players that have had years of competing against each other and kind of like the numbers on that. We're talking about different, you know, these players have been at each other's neck for the last 2 years or something like that. Or even just appreciating, I'll give you a perfect example. And I'll only say this one more time and I'll move on. But like the USA Nationals this year, they should have streamed my game, right? Like they had a perfect storyline encapsulated in that moment, but they didn't let the story play, you know? And those are things that we have to get better at as a scene. Take the state champs and put them against each other. That'd be interesting. Yeah, character arcs. I agree. Yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot of characters. You got myself. You know, Jack's starting to build up a reputation. Dylan's obviously something, but he's not here anymore. Well, maybe not. We'll see. But I just think we've got to do what chess has done, right? We need a Magnus Carlsen. We need a Hikaru Nakamura. We need a Levi Rosman. That's like what brings people to want to watch these, right? Like they want a horse in the race because that's exciting. More avatars, man. They are still. Man, you want the avatars? That's cool. That's cool. I'm kind of like on the aesthetic side. I couldn't really care. Like if the game plays well, I don't. You know, you can give me a pony as my avatar. I'll be happy. I have a question. The ranking system now rewards players who play more over the quality of games you play. Do you think it should be changed? If you're referring to like the people who get more games in for more opportunities for Elo, I mean, yeah, I get it. Like if you want to get to number one, like you're probably minimum playing 80 games, like minimum. And that's like playing average. I would say like you can probably do it in less, but you're playing 8,200 games. But that being said, if you want to be number one in the world, like you've got to put the effort in. So to me, it's like, I think the system's fine. If you're good, you'll get to the top, and that's all that matters. So I know it's not like a very nuanced take, but we're just consistently seeing talent get to the top every season. All right, that's good enough for me. We can do one game tonight. We can do that. Yeah. Very rare to find a Nigel Richards. This is true, man. Nigel Richards. If people know, then they know. Like, he's the GOAT. I think Nigel Richards, and for those who don't know, he's essentially the GOAT of Scrabble. And it's like, when you understand how good this guy is at this freaking game, you have to just claim he is the GOAT of goats. He's that good. Like, he's literally learned other languages to become champion in those languages. You know, from the US, English speaking. He learns the French like dictionary essentially and becomes the French champion back to back. And he just recently learned all the Spanish words. And then he won like the Spanish Cup. And they're like, what are you doing, bro? Like, these are side questing national championships in Scrabble. Bruh. Broadcasting the game would take a big leap. Can't just film the game over the board. Needs a renaissance, someone like poker did during the boom. Likelihood or particular roles, etc. I know, ball man. I know. Yeah. Broadcasting is a whole beast. It definitely could happen. I mean, also just getting good commentators. Like, I would love to put my hat into, if for whatever reason, like, I'm not at nationals, top 16, or in the semis, or whatever the case is, I would love to do that. You know, spectate, watch, commentate. And there's also an art too. One thing that I don't think Catan has quite realized, knowing when to speak and knowing when to shut up. And I don't say that negatively. I'm just saying, like, you've got to know which moments the audience deserves to listen to. Versus, like, if you're always just speaking because you're trying to fill the space, it's not a good experience. But this is why you have people who've played thousands of games, commentated hundreds, maybe even thousands of games as well. You know what's up. You know what's up. Let's see here. What does the Colony Elo system consider a good play? In other words, what can I do in game to lose less? I don't know. I thought it was just based on, like, if you win, you get points. If you lose, I don't know if the Elo is based on, like, you get less deducted if you're second versus third versus fourth. I really don't know. I'm not the person to ask about it, man. I just play the game. I just roll the dice. Like I said, as long as the system is getting people to the top that deserve to be there, that are qualified, that are talented, that's all that matters to me. Nigel Richards, love. He's good, man. You know, that's the cool thing about Catan is there's obviously some great stories, some great accomplishments. But I don't think anyone is quite the definitive GOAT. You know what I mean? It's also very hard to. This is not like chess where you can have somebody that's just so skilled that they're winning every game, every time, every tournament, consistently world champion back to back. It's unfortunately doesn't work that way, you know? Like, it's really about, like, your overall consistency at a high level. And there's like I'd say there's probably like 10 players in the world that I can think about that are just consistently good across the board. What would you do to get Catan on ESPN the Ocho? I'd do a lot, man. I mean, I don't know if you're asking me personally, like how far would I push my mind and body to get it on there, but it'd be a win. I mean, I think it's more of a question you gotta ask Catan. Like, they're in the game right now of investing into, we're now apparently a sponsor for the Minnesota Timberwolves. We are signing deals with Netflix. So apparently there's an answer there somewhere from them. Who knows? Maybe they're even in talks right now. It could be possible. Who is your top three? Hi, by the way. Top three, man. I don't know. It's kind of hard, man, because I think some players have had really strong eras. Like for instance, if you take like 2021, I think it was undoubtedly like Bo was the best player. And just even the fact he won USA Nationals, he almost had like, because not a lot of people knew about his game, and then they hear he's good, and then he wins USA Nationals. It's like, oh, he's the best, right? But then, like, as the scene is developed and he's played a little bit online, and he's played in some of the tournaments, which he's done well. Like the mystique kind of goes away. Like new talent comes up, and you got people like myself and Jack and Griffin and obviously Rayman, who've come up and kind of shown a certain level of consistency and prestige in winning some of these things. That being said, don't be wrong, Bo is an incredible player. I would say if you want to take like overall resume, you got people like Bo, Ray, and then like probably myself in that mix, just in terms of like dominance across all platforms. But I don't know. I think the books are still being written on that. Benjamin Davis, what's up, buddy? Any guitar songs you're working on? Not particularly right now. I use it more as a therapy, so to speak. I enjoy jamming, improvisation, those kind of things. We'll play a game here soon. I'll play a game in a minute for you guys. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to stay on for Jack's game, to be honest with you. So his thing's going on in like an hour and 20 minutes. I mean, who knows? Maybe we might have like a banger game here, but it might take us forever, but probably not. All right, so we'll do a few more questions here. What's the championship rules about lying about table talk agreements? There's no rules there. We got a turtle in the house. Turtle in the house. Look, I mean, as far as any kind of social manipulation, deception, to some people it's frowned upon, but there's no like punishment to it. Like if you want to lie in a game, fine. Just know like depending on when and where, how you do it, could backfire socially in a lot of ways. So it's no, Jack has a tournament and there's a game within the tournament, which actually would be a very interesting game to maybe we'll cast it. We'll see. Do you think a longer format of Catan could be better for competitive tournaments or reduce variance? A 5-game series with the same people? Well, that's Catan. That's actually what the tournament I was just referring to. It's exactly that. It's 16 players over 5 games, and then a playoff series. I guess so. I mean, you've also got to understand there's a logistical consideration here, right? Like USA Nationals, well, historically anyways, like you had an entire Saturday of games, 4 games, and then you had a 2-game playoff series. Like there's only so much time you have in a weekend to do a tournament. And they're also trying to accommodate a lot of people now. So USA Nationals at 150 people. So it's a lot. But yeah, the more games, the better, I'd say. Do people tend to gang up on those who have won tournaments before? Like it would be really difficult to continue playing at the highest level. You know, Cable, you would think that, right? You would think reputation would destroy your ability to continue winning. I mean, I went to USA Nationals last year with the biggest active YouTube channel, still won it. I think to me that destroyed that myth that reputation is a hindrance. And still, even this year when I played, I didn't win Nationals, but I was number 1 seed after the 4-game playoffs or qualifier. At the end of the day, like playing a good game of Catan is still a good game, you know, and like ultimately people still want to work with the board. They want to communicate. It's so rare that I find somebody who just tunnels so bad that they'll tank my game or their game to tank my game. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Unless you're a massive celebrity, I wouldn't really worry about previous success or anything like that. Have you ever thought of doing a video on the math of Catan from all the ways to get 10 VPs to dice statistics? Not particularly, man. That to me, like, here's my philosophy. I like to create content that I find interesting. And I also think like the math side's interesting, but I'm not like a big math nerd. Like a big part of my game is so intuitive. And for the people who know me, like even the way I speak, there's an intuitive nature to it, which sometimes gets me in trouble. But I just wouldn't be able to I wouldn't passion that content out. I feel like it would be very robotic, and that's just not the way I like to do things. Have you ever won a game by starting with 2 coastal spots? I almost, more or less. Like, I've won 2 resource setups. I don't think I've gone double coastal. I've seen it done though. I've definitely seen it done. Like, that's a risky thing to do. What do you do when a good number isn't rolling all game? Well, if you're on it, you probably just cry and blame the dice. Talk about how shit Catan is as a game, and then just go to the next game after you lose. I mean, that's probably it, man. I mean, what do you got to do, you know? I mean, that's just the reality of it. Sometimes, of course, I say all that jokingly. Sometimes the dice just doesn't go your way. So it is what it is. I mean, we're playing a dice game. I had a guy get very angry because I picked a 2 resource spot on a port he felt entitled to. Yeah. Well, that's a thing for sure, right? How do you feel about starting picks with other players in mind in a situation like that? Yeah, anytime I'm making a big plow, whether I'm like, you know, doing a starting road or I'm taking somebody's 8-10 port as an example, I think there's a lot of value, if you can, to spark a conversation. I mean, absolutely do this in person. And I've seen this mistake play out a lot over the board. But yeah, man. I think if you can try to at least find a deal or let them know, like, put some empathy, like, hey man, I'm sorry, but maybe we can work together. I always try to like bring a friendly approach if I'm gonna like slightly screw somebody over. Do you ever pass kissy notes on the table at a tourney? You know what? I don't think I've done that, Mr. Pond. By the way, I saw you posted a video. I loaded up YouTube. So if you're getting to the content game, man, let me know. Let me know what I can do to help you out. But no kissy notes. All right, let me check one thing, guys. 1 second. Guys, whether 6 or 8, 5 or 9, which numbers do I don't have any romance to numbers, man. But you don't have to worry about that. Give me a second here, guys. Is this? All right, there you go. If you know the sound, you know the sound. All right, I think you got maybe 1 game in me, and then I'm probably calling it. I think I've done enough questions here. All right, what's going on, Danny Crew? Sandrew here, and we are back for another day of Catan. Guys, we are live on YouTube and Twitch, hanging out, having some fun, and I guess we're about to see, can we win this game? To be honest with you, I'm a little bit tired, but we always enjoy playing. What's the situation, man? The wheat sucks. Is it just... All right, there's a few ideas here. Obviously, the wheat, 693, how dare you take that from me? The wheat is a thing. The wheat is definitely a thing. And one thing I'm realizing is there's a lot of potential ore spots here. So I'm thinking, like, if we take the double wheat, the ability to pick up ore is quite strong in a lot of different ways. 8-4-10 is also really nice from the standpoint where I do get the wheat. I pick up a little bit of sheep, which is kind of rare on this board if you look at that situation. And then I also get an isolated brick with a wheat port and a sheep port. It's kind of nice. 8-5-10, also kind of fun. So I just wonder what you get from that makes sense. Last night's win was awesome. Don't feel like you played dirty. Well, I'm good, man. I'm good. Don't you worry about that. The double wheat meta. So there's a few plays. I think we're either looking at 9-5-10, double wheat, which has some interesting value, but I'm not sure what we get that really resonates, like 9-4-11, but that's not great. 8-4-10 is quite nice, where we do get the wheat, isolated brick, or 8-5-10 here. Woodport could be worth something with all this wood in the center of the board, but then the whole thing gets kind of funky. Like, 8-4-10 in third feels really good to me. So it's like boom, 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 boom. And then we play Woodport maybe. I think I gotta trust my gut here. 8-5-10 is really good, but I kind of feel like the wheat has some value. Let's try 8-4-10. Let's just try this. I feel like we have a guaranteed game here. There's the one thing I'm noticing, it's kind of like a good just rule of thumb, is that if you don't know what you're getting on the way back, usually I always look in the center of the board, right? Because 8-5-10 is going to go, 8-4-3 is going to go, 9-5-10 is going to go. So you got to look at like what's the resource makeup. And I'm seeing a lot of wood and ore in the center of the board. So intuitively, like I can fix my hand here by, I have the break here. I'll go get the wood to go with it and the ore. The one and only. Yes. Burn 8, 6, 2, 2, 9 has blessed. The comments were rough. I really enjoy you uploading. If you get haters, you're doing something right. Guys, here's a little tip for you. If you ever do Catan content, if you ever do anything where you have to play a strategy game that involves social deduction, social whatever, right? You're going to get people that just don't like how you do it, why you do it. It's just the way it is. So, I don't know. It's always interesting to me that people like hateful comments on YouTube is the funniest thing to me. It really is. Like you've got to be a hell of a person to think that's okay. Hello, Mr. Danny. Nice to see you watched. Thanks, homie. Let's have a great game. See, I appreciate the vibes. I appreciate that a lot. Hey, Danny. Guys, what is it? I'm not calling you out here, but what is it about? There's a segment of my audience that calls me Danny. D-A-double-N. I swear. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I find it kind of endearing. But maybe Dandy's just not a common word and people just think it's Danny. But welcome. I'm glad. Super glad that you're here. And hopefully the videos have been treating you super well. Danny boy. Danny is not my name, no. Watch him wear. Oh God, here we go. I have to say, this is a great setup for black, right? Man, he's gonna, how good is this setup, right? 8-5-10 with the 6-3-11. Do we get something good here, right? Because I think we get 6-5-11 here. Yeah, he goes 8-4-3. Don't even think about it. We can also take 8-4-3 as well. Which I quite like the break port. 8-4-3 down. Break port makes it work. I mean, this is pretty good, right? It's hard to complain. The issue here, though, it's hard to complain about this, right? Only knights. That's so fun. I don't know if he's doing this out of pure appreciation or he's just, I don't know where he's at. All right. It's probably just 6-5-11. Do we ever point down with the idea of road to the 3-1 here? Sneaky. I think it's actually an idea. Because the problem is, let's say we take 6-5-11 and we point left. Then this guy takes 3-10-11 right. If we point right, he takes 9-4-11 left, He's playing that dumb game. But if we take this and point down, we can roll 2 8s and road to the 3-1. Because the thing is, he's going to use, I don't know, is he going to use his, I think he's going to the break port first. Let's see what happens. And now he can do 9, 4, 11 left, but then maybe we can still even backtrack. Kind of interesting. I mean, if we get this spot, it's really good. I don't like this situation, though. Like, our port play sucks. I mean, was it actually this? Maybe not. We could have maybe done 9, 4, 11 left. But this is still, it's still good production. What we need, though, is we need green. Okay, 23%. Uh-oh. We need green to go 4-11 first. That's an interesting decision. We can also... 9 for 11 is a real possibility here. Okay, this is the moment. All right, so if we roll an 8, we're still going to... I think we're going to hold our hand here. No one's trading it. Yeah, purple's got a tough game. But that's why you don't go 6-9-3 first. You recognize the value of the wheat. Which color is the best out of the originals? Okay, so let's see it. See, this is the mistake right here. Now we roll an 8. Oh man, we're also close to a city. By the way, where do we city, guys? This is a no-brainer. Where do we city? Okay, bro. Please don't rob me. There we go. Okay. I still think I actually think the 11's better there because he already has the 3, right? All right, so 5, 11, 10, we build a city for sure. No, I'm not trading wheat, dude. We want this bad boy. All right. Okay, so he pops a dilly. So we must have stolen wheat, maybe? So let's see, is there any way that we can... I think what we're going to do is we're going to build a city here. I know this trade happens if I want it, like for instance with Vern. Look at that, 10 coming in, super strong. My idea here, by the way, is by doubling the 8, you know, maybe I can get some brick rolls. I can trade the brick, which is quite nice. We really got to stop this 11. This 11 is a big problem. Also, there is a real case to get this 9 for 11, which I think long term is really nice for us. Ooh. Oof, 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 oof. Okay, maybe we can sell this wheat for a premium. By the way, if you're Vern, you should play 9 steal my wheat. It's a guaranteed wheat. Which I would trade. I would definitely trade here. We need to hit this 11. I don't want to like try to make any of his trade offers because he might realize I'll have 2 wheat. So if he flips a knight, of course I'll make a deal. No, just can't do it. Is he tracking? Is Vern tracking? This is why, like, right now, I need to start rolling cards in my hand so that my wheat doesn't become vulnerable. Perfect. Okay, so if we can roll another wood here and then roll an 8, we're plowing. It's so perfect. Here. Here, let's do this. I think this is a pretty good deal. I don't think he has to aggro a knight here either, especially moving out the 6 seems like a really bad play. I'll trade. Oh, come on, dude. What? Oh, why would you do that? Oh, that's kind of dumb. Well, now you block the wheat. You dumbo. I'm going to ask for all the cards here. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. That's I think that's nail in the coffin right there. Look at that. 6-5-11 down. We called it. All right, one more 6. We need he's looking for wheat for sure. Yep, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, brother. No. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. I mean, I'll just make it super expensive for him. Otherwise, he 4-1s, right? That's cool. That's fun. 4 would be nice. 6 would be nice. I gotta hold on. Let me see here. Is there? This is actually a very interesting trade. Okay. I think after he blocks the 10, I can't afford to do it. No. Okay, so he does that with green, which makes a lot of sense, and it's good for green here. So I'm going to be angling this trade at Vern here, looking for an ore, which I know he has an ore. He's doing the same thing as me. Sorry, no 3-1. The thing is, this is not even that good of a trade. I'd rather just try to hold for the city, right? Because then a 6 gives it to me. Yeah, and then now 4 is like settle pop, and that's just really good with this setup. We need a 7 here from black. Oh, insane. I'll do that. I'll keep putting black into the driver's seat here because we have so much wood, right? I'd rather drop a city if I can. Also, the settle's good. Yeah. See, this is, you can tell when Vern makes this mistake, it's bad, right? When he blocks his 10, first of all, he could have made a deal, so he didn't have to do that. But leaving black left open here is just such a bad play for the board. And by the way, he's trying to plow. If your black went ahead towards the ore port and 6-12. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't know. He needs a port, which he's got a port. He's doing fine here. Like, the problem here is we can't trade wheat if you're going to block it. Like, dude. Yeah, so this is classic Catan, right? Like, imagine if the 10, I don't think the 10's rolled, so it doesn't really matter, but just one of those funny, weird things, man. One of those funny things. Our setup is much better now, though, right? After we get this plow, we settle. We have 2 sources of wheat. We're going to have a city dropping here soon. We'll do that. Yep. I'm almost thinking getting a sheep is nice here. Bro, we're not trading it. we really need a 7 here. I need a 7 to move it off the 10, drop a city, block the 11, and just see if I can really crush black. Because now that he's got the city, like he's got a huge way to really take off here, which is not good for us. I think this would be a Vern trade. All right, I mean, he's doing dumb things, so he's going to get dumb prizes. Wow. This is good. This is good. We need to see that right there. Oh, the 12 is massive. Look at Vern. Do you have... Oh, man. What a trade. What a trade. We got to go for black here, right? I think it's the 11. We can also do 2 cards here if we need to load this up. The funny thing is we have wood. It's not like we're lacking wood, but I just think getting onto this 9 and cashing in, like, this might be a trade Vern would do. Which he feels like he's behind. He needs to take some deals. Do we pop? I just don't think so. Because then what? We're lacking the wheat. Maybe he'll do this. This gives him... See here. Looks like it's not happening. Okay. Well, bro, what is this stupid ass 12? Okay, there we go. I mean, if Vern has wood, he should definitely cash in. 10. How insane would a 10 be here, guys? How insane. Or mono is also a vibe. Well, then again, we can't even do much with it. Bro, we're not trading you that. I'll do this. I'll do this for this. We can do ba 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 ba. You can drop rows. You can go places. You can do things. Yeah, I think we got to get this port down, and then we just... From here, our mission, guys, is to buy devs, right? That's why I blocked the 11. I want to slow them down from settling in devs, most importantly. Perfect. I need him not to have dev materials, essentially. Yep, so he would have had a dev right there, right? He would have 3-4 and popped, and I'm not allowing it. Yep, he needs a wheat. Perfect. Glad I catch you live, Danny. Good luck with the game. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's true. Ending with the 7 is definitely risky. But what the hell are you going to do, man? Okay, he had it anyways. Oh, that's amazing. 4. If we can double pop here, I think we're going to secure this game. Now it's a case of we're going to be in a big battle. Oh, jeez. All right, we need 4. I don't think we've had a 4 this game, which has been brutal. Okay. This is a trade with Vern. 2 cards for a sheep when he just picked up 2 sheep. He needs to build a city, so he needs to be smart. He's going to ask for the wheat. Bro, I'm giving you 2 cards. If you don't want it, don't take it, but... See here, we can also do this, which gives us the port play. All right, knight's good. He's so greedy. He's so greedy. Bro, this 12. I'm offering 2 cards. I'm not going to say anything. Okay. I'm okay if he plays a knight here, right? Because then he puts himself over, so he might not. Which gives us another... Yeah, perfect. So he has a good chance here of 7ing out. Perfect. The brick's nice. We're at 7. I think he's going to keep deving here. So the question is, do we block the 11 or the 5? All right, so I think we go back to the 5 here. Or port's kind of a problem too. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so hopefully he doesn't dev here and we can keep the devs flowing. And then I think as long as he doesn't get momentum, we should be fine. I think it might be the 5 here, guys. I feel like him getting the 2 sheep is what he probably needs. Okay. All right, well, now we absolutely have to hit the 5. And I think he just ported for a wheat, right? So let's see if we can get a sheep here. The problem is he doesn't produce sheep, right? So he wouldn't have this. No, he wouldn't have that. So let's block this. If we steal the wheat, that's really nice. We didn't. Okay. We'll see you do it. Oh, perfect. Yes. Okay, so I think that's 1 pop. I think we just buy more devs here, right? It's expensive. Is it worth it though? Road builder. So we get rid of 3 brick. It's not really worth it there, unfortunately. No, it's not bad. It's not bad. Maybe we can do a double play here. That was kind of silly though. We needed a little bit more juice than that. I mean, it's the road play, right? Holy shit, he is doing well. Okay, we need to block this 8. I think we need to shift gears here. Also, the 4's not rolling, which is really hurting us right now. All right, we got to start shifting our priorities. And maybe we can get Vern to connect for road and we'll just block the 8 down. Yeah, we'll do that. We also just have the connect here for 7. Okay, Or's kind of nice. That gives us multiple rolls now for another dev. He's popping. Oh, he's dropping a city. Okay, that's fine. We get more Or. Okay, he's doing something interesting. What do you need here? I'll do it for a sheep. I can actually do this, right? Because this actually puts me under while giving him a road, which is actually pretty good. Yeah, perfect. So now we have built-in insurance. So if the 7 rolls, guarantees the dev without also any issues. I'm not trading the sheep, brother. I actually think we might aggro onto the 10 here. Though it's interesting, I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to set up the double play, right? So if we can get army, that's 7, road for 9, and then that final point is just going to kind of depend on the flow of the game. Because what's our connect? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay, and he's also going for road 2, which I think slows down this game immensely. Oh, look at that. Pyah! I think we end up getting a brick here, which is not as good. We get ore from his hand, so we're going to take the ore, which actually is quite nice for us long term. VP's perfect. The reason I'm taking the ore here is because I really want to remove... That's actually perfect. So now we're setting up the double play threat. I want to get rid of the free card, right? I want to keep the pressure on him. Pressure, pressure, pressure. I can also take another ore here, but I don't think it's that good personally. Oof. Okay, so he's got 2 wheat in hand right now. No 4s, by the way. 9s have been quiet. Another 12. So he's got 3 wheat in hand and an ore. Damn. Rage quit. I mean, I'll keep hitting him if I have to. I hate to do that, but it's just one of those situations, right? So we have a really good steal here, right? We put onto the 3, take a wheat, and then if we roll like a wood, for instance. But the reason I decided to hit black there is he's really the only person I think can stop me in terms of devs. So I'd rather let just Vern drop roads, which is what he's doing anyways. Wow. Did he leave? Did he come back? Okay, he's back. Okay, so let's do this. And this gives us another dev, guaranteed. We also can steal the wheat, right? So right now his hand is 3 ore, 3 wheat. So we have a pretty good chance of a steal here. Ideally, we just roll something. Like, we still haven't rolled a 4. And I'm actually tempted to move it to the 5 because I feel like the 5 is such a problematic roll right now for us, where he gets 3 development cards in his hand. Like, that might actually just be losing for us. I'm taking this. I'm taking this trade because any wood roll gives us a 3-for-1, but then any steal I get here gives us the dev as well. Right? If I steal an ore, I have a dev. If I steal a wheat, I have a dev. Okay, so he's taking road here. No, he's not. Do I move it to the 5? Do I move it to the 5? Just don't roll a 5. Okay. I'm going to put it here. That's perfect. Oh my God. Jesus. All right. We need to produce another. We need to produce something good this turn. Whoa. All right, we need to produce a knight here. This is looking kind of funky monkey. So right now I stole an ore. What's he got? He's got a lot of cards. We need Burn to take road. Okay, I can take road as well. We can also just take road ourselves, right? We can just take road ourselves. That's what we'll do. We're going to take road and then drop a little sneaky set. Road. Okay. I think we actually have to do this now. How many roads do we need? He need 4 roads. Can he even drop that many roads? Did we just lock road with that one maneuver? Right? He would need 4 roads. 1, 2, 3. Can't do it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now practically everything gets us there. Insane. He might just be on 7 though. Brick mono here is disgusting. He should play a knight. And then what? He would need 5 roads. It's impossible. Oh, whoa. What's this, like quad pop? So he's on 9. And we have a bunch of EP, so it's unlikely he just pulled the other 3. And I think Vern has 1, so at best he's at 8. At best, right? And it's unlikely. So, okay, yeah. Can we get 1-4? Okay, we have the win. I don't think they can win. So essentially all we need to do is we need to avoid a roll and a 7. The problem here too is that like if we don't figure this out, all right, we need to avoid a 7 here. Okay. And that's almost a guaranteed steal out of his hand, so that should be game. Mono sucks. Imagine he takes the sheep. No, he wouldn't do that. Brick mono's pretty bad for us. I think he has a VP. Yeah, that should be game. Yeah, GG. GG! Sorry. Pick a different WinCon. We are alive. All right, there you go. My first live stream I was able to catch was fire. Thank you for the program this evening. Oh, we were just chilling, man. We were just chilling. GG. Yeah, everything wins there. Yeah, what a cool guy, man. He was so cool. I really appreciate that from him. Yeah, so it'd be interesting. What did Green pull, right? Right, because we thought maybe he had a VP. I mean, he definitely didn't have a knight. Yeah, he had a yop. By the way, was it correct? He was on 8. He has road settle in hand. We actually taking road was the right play, but yeah, I mean, you always take road there. He pulls a mono, pulls a VP. Oh my God. Look at that draw. He literally pulled 2 VPs in a Monopoly. I mean, he would have won if we didn't take road, but that is an insane draw. GGDD. Thank you so much. Hi, new here. Also, I love Catan 812799. Welcome. Hopefully that was instructive somewhat. I mean, it's just that was a very straightforward game for us, to be honest with you. Well, what did it put us at? Okay, so we're at 1637, 30 games. Not too bad. Okay, 43%. We'll take it. Making it look easy. Well, you know what? That one was relatively easy. I mean, I think 8-4-10 was good. 4 didn't roll, did it? Hey, let's get the sheep. Let's get that sheep. Nope, not this game. That's you know, there you go. The setup's that good, you know? But we also made some pretty good trades as well. Well, yeah, welcome. By the way, anyone that is new to stream, I really want to say thank you for being here first and foremost, but also welcome. We do everything Catan strategy, gameplays, tournaments. We've played over the board. We've won national championships. I've competed at the World Championship last year. Well, this year. It was this year. So if you enjoy Catan, I promise you, you're in a really good place. Other than that, cool. I actually, guys, that game starts in 45 minutes. But then the game's going to be a 2-hour game. I'm not going to be streaming for 3 hours. I think I'm probably going to call it there and just chill for the night. It's almost 10 o'clock my time. Let me pull up. I can hang for a little bit, and then I'm probably calling it. Yeah, the 4 was great, wasn't it? Fantastic. But just going back here on placements, you know, we were second pick. 693 is not it, Vern. If you're watching, buddy, just not it. You know, one thing you'll realize when you play the game enough is to know, like, certain boards have certain features, right? This is obvious, but there's certain resources that just stand out more than others. And on this board, when you have this much ore and this lacking of wheat, right? 11 and 12, 9 and 10, and it's kind of clumped. Wheat's the big thing here. And you saw all throughout the game, like if we just go to the resource stats. Okay, wheat was actually not too bad, but with the lack of 4s, to be honest with you, the sheep was pretty bad. But I mean, just kind of shows you there was 63 ore on the board, but then 40 wheat. Big disparity, right? Especially considering they get paired together. And then also wheat's used in everything practically. So you have to recognize the strength of the wheat on this board. So when he goes 693, we have a tough decision. I think 5910 is pretty solid. But 8-4-10 really speaks to me. I like the versatility of it. I feel like there's a lot of wooden or outs, which is exactly what we got. And we actually played this kind of to a T from the standpoint of just knowing the tendency of a player like Green, going for the brick port, getting more wood, getting more wheat. He had to actually protect this spot here. He had to see the threat with me starting with the 2 wood. I'm only 2 rolls away from taking away a fantastic road settle. And we did. So, and this actually ended up being kind of the reason we got road as well. Any plans to take another shot at getting to Worlds? Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I mean, no. I want to give up and never go back. No, I mean, I can understand somebody if they want to retire and, not put as much effort into it. But I do have a real shot coming up. So, obviously, USA Nationals is always a ticket. Cool if I can win that again. But I have a America's tournament happening in May in Brazil, which is super exciting. So that'll be great. I mean, if I win that, then I get another ticket back. That is one way I can do it. But we'll see. I'm not fussed. I'm going to be around for a while. I enjoy this game. I want to be here for the long-term growth, and I believe I'll find a way back. I think I'm too dedicated and too good not to find a way back. Let's see here. They should live stream those games. Well, there's a lot of things they should do, but as they say, if you should too much, you might shit all over yourself. But okay, yeah, so placements. I mean, I really think 8-4-10 just works on this board, works really well. And one thing to note is this is kind of like a higher level thing that a lot of players at this level miss is going after your win condition. Like, it sucks for black, but if I give black any rope here and let's say he pops twice, right? Like he gets a good set of rolls, like 11 and 5 with a bunch of ore in hand. All of a sudden my ability to buy devs, go for army, I start getting blocked more. It just makes a subtle difference versus like if I pin black down, let Fern worry about the road, which is kind of where he was heading towards, then I kind of have a clear advantage. Versus like, I think a lot of players back here, once you see, oh my God, green's at 8 points and black's at 6, it doesn't matter, right? Like you still got to play for your game and you got to know how to put the foot down, your foot down on the gas so that you can still go for the win too. And I think too many players get into a defensive mindset. And funny enough, like it was all said and done, we took road and I mean, okay, if we didn't pull a bunch of VPs, we were pulling knights for army anyways. Like we actually had a lot of different ways to clean that game up. If you think about it. What up, all? Glad to catch the stream. Jonathan, good to see you, man. Should the US have more qualification spots for Worlds? Nah, I mean, I don't think that's fair. I mean, I understand the premise of it, but like some competitions, like Poland has like 200 competitors. Japan's qualifiers are insane. Is it Japan? I think it's Japan has like a 200 person qualifier. It's like something absurd. Or no, it's more than that. It's like 600 person qualifier. And then like the rules of getting to the final table are like you have to play perfect and get lucky to get to the final table. Which I guess it's like that in most cases, but it's even harder when you have like 600 players. It's insane. So I like the format. And plus there's some prestige by, going to represent the US and all that fun stuff. So I had a great time at Worlds. It was good. And actually, funny enough, they just posted a video, like a recap video on their YouTube, the Catan official YouTube. And I'm in the thumbnail. So there you go. Promotion and content every day. Let me check something here, guys. New game. I think I'm going to call it. I'm pretty tired. I wasn't planning on doing a stream tonight, but it was a win. We did win it. You stepped away and we won just like that. Pretty straightforward game. Pulled a bunch of VPs and got road with an army setup. There you go. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to chill for another minute. Then I'm going to be logging off, guys. I'm pretty tired. I want to get to bed early. Probably going to gym in the morning. And that's at 6 in the morning, so that's fun. I asked because it's a big commitment, probably expensive, and life can get in the way. Well, that would be the biggest thing. You know, if things pick up in life in different ways, then obviously I have to be conscious of that. But right now, I have the availability, and finances aren't really an issue on that front. So it's good. It's good stuff. Not too long ago, you were talking about potentially making a how to make Catan videos video. So I actually did make that video a while ago. Debbie Stream, thanks for the stream. Appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys. If you got to go, I understand. I'm going to log off here in a second. Gavin, if you search, I'd have to find it. There is a video on that, though. I did it probably about 1.5 years ago. And I walk through my basic process, how I make thumbnails, how I edit videos, what softwares do I use. I actually have thought about doing like a content creators course. Like for people, is anybody streaming Catan? I can't raid on YouTube, man. It sucks. I wish I could raid, but I can't. I mean, I could do it on Twitch, but my current setup, it's so convoluted right now. So it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, there is already a video about that. You can check it out. I've thought about doing a little course if somebody wanted to also create content. But man, it's hard. As much as like, I think a lot of people who would start posting, the reality is like you would post for maybe a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, but eventually a lot of people move on, right? Like they realize like how much work it takes, how much energy it takes. And like, if you have a bad streak, it's like, man, what do I do? Do I throw all the games away or do I post them? But like, I need to grow the channel, so I don't want to look bad. And like, a lot of things get in the way of new creators being consistent on top of just themselves, right? So, but yeah, I would encourage anybody, if you wanted to create Catan videos, I would always be it's an open policy. If you want to shoot me a DM, I'll answer any questions within a reasonable time frame. All right, guys, I'm going to log it off there. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I really appreciate you being here, sharing your love, your energy, your time, all the good stuff. Go do something awesome this week. That's all I got to say. All right, guys. Much love. Appreciate you. I'm out of here. Peace.